Students, this is your video for Tuesday 4/7. We're going to have back-to-back B days in a row on Friday and then Monday, and then this will be our homework that we'll turn in on that day. We'll also be taking our 6 weeks test that week, and so make sure that you come in ready for that, and we'll let you use your notebook and everything for that test as well. Alright, so we learned how to do this by the calculator, but because I don't have a calculator here available to use, I'm going to use I think on this one I'm going to use factoring because this can be factored relatively easily. So I'm going to do that. To do that, we need to move the 49 over there, so that becomes minus 49. And so then this one is one of those special situations where this is a square and this is a square, so we square root both parts. And we have a plus, and we have a minus. And the square root of 49 is 7 and 7. So this is x plus 7 and x minus 7, which this turns into the opposite, which is negative 7, and this turns into the opposite, which is positive 7. So those are our two answers. You could have done the x, which would have been negative 49 on top and 0 on bottom, and it would have worked out the same way as well. This one actually does tell us to factor. I'm going to move the 3x over. When I do, that becomes a subtract 3x. So this is x squared plus 2x minus 35 equals 0. This is a full x one, so it's negative 35 on top, 2 on bottom. 5 and 7 are going to be my numbers. To get a positive 2, I need a negative 5, so negative 5 and positive 7. So those become out. And now you get x squared minus 5x plus 7x minus 35 group. Those have an x in common, so x minus 5 comes out. Those have a 7 in common, and so you're left with x minus 5. So it becomes x minus 5, which is going to be x equals positive 5, and x plus 7, which becomes x equals negative 7. So those are my two answers there. Okay. It says use quadratic formula here, so I'm going to use quadratic formula. A is 6, B is negative 12, C is 1. So it's the opposite of my B, plus or minus negative 12 squared, minus 4 times A times C divided by 2 times A. So I do this first. The opposite of negative 12 is positive 12. 2 times 6 is 12. I'm going to type this whole part here in my calculator. So negative 12 squared minus 4 times 6 times 1. This is 120 under here. So I'm going to split this up, make an add version and a subtract version. 12 plus square root 120 divided by 12, and 12 minus square root 120 divided by 12. So 12 plus square root of 120 divided by 12. It's a decimal, so this decimal is 1.91. And then the other one is my subtract version divided by 12, and I get 0.09. So those are my two answers. Okay, make sure you finish up the other methods. You can use any method you want. You can factor or use quadratic formula on most all of the problems today.